AnimeSecrets.org, the answer to all your burning questions.
Bros and not bros. I present to you Toku Secrets. Today we're going to be talking about episode 8 of Kamen Rider Ghost, and I'm your host and also king of all bros, Rizwan, and I'm joined by...
What is up? I am Nathan Desa. I am also known as Broken Silver here on Anime Secrets, and I am also a Toku Sentai Digiranger's Silver Knight. What is going on? And we're also joined by...
Ronald Budsy, aka the Green Terrier from Otaku Sentai Digiranger, aka the Trap King from Texas, aka Mr. Know-It-All, but isn't the annoying guy, aka you already knew it, but you still want to come back to it.
Did you run out, really?
Well, I'm tired, so...
Okay. I was actually going to let you go to full duration. I want to see how long this would go for. Because we would never let you go to full duration, so I'm like, today's a good night. We don't have Anthony here. But yeah, Anthony's not here for this review. He's off doing Anthony things, by which I'm assuming he fell asleep and couldn't stay up long enough to meet us. Because he's a loser. But anyway, be assured that we're all here to keep you going with all the bro news, because we're continuing where we left off last episode from episode 7 with the continuation of the Billy the Kid arc, which will conclude with some resolution for our much needed bro friends. Yeah, I think I've gone on with the bro stuff a little too much now.
Nah, I mean, it fits for this episode, so it's no big deal.
Oh, this is the last time I'm going to do this, I hope. Anyway,
we gotta check the pattern of subs.
We do. Anyway, so where we left off, Takeru had destroyed the big Ganma bee thing, and is now checking the artifact that all the apartment residents are fine, but Onari and Nakari have vanished. And all the commotion. If you may recall from last episode, Onari and Nakari were kidnapped by
Sayonji.
Yeah, thank you. I can't pronounce stuff. So, while he's looking around for his buddies, Yurison points out, yo, you can use the clock and go back in time or something? Like, what?
No. It just shows what happened back. Like, basically, the back clock can record stuff.
Okay,
just think of it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, so it shows, like, what the back clock was recording, like, at that time that he set the clock to.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like he's actually recording, like, he's not going back in time or anything, or, like, following that.
Nah, that would be broken.
Yeah, I was like, that's what's all this timey-wimey bullshit in Kamen Rider? That doesn't exist here.
Yeah, we can't be having scout gadgets that are that broken. But...
Yeah.
That'd be pretty bad.
I mean, we already gave them credit that they were useful, but that would be too much.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty badass, but time travel? I mean, might as well give them, a sonic screwdriver and a DeLorean, make it a day. So, the bat clock leads them to a warehouse, and when they get there, he finds Sayonji has taken control of Onari and Akari's bodies.
No, he hasn't done it yet. He was about to.
Oh, he was? Okay. Well, he's about to take control of Onari and Akari's bodies, and...
Like, two Ganma were about to possess them.
Yeah. But Kamen Rider Ghost appears just in time to save the day, and he saves his bro because he's a bro.
Yeah, so screw that tension.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I was kind of like there was a whole lot of tension before he found them, and I was expecting him to find some completely different wrong room, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm too late," and it turns out maybe Spectre would save him or something like that. But
Yeah.
uh,
Which
then
Spectre
again,
scared enough to save him.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
You know, it's the first time Spectre didn't appear, I think.
Yep.
God,
yeah.
that's
He's
crazy.
he's chilling.
I think the Spectre ZPS to keep locating Takeda when he goes off and fights is broken.
Oh, no, it's only because he's inside. Tucker was inside somewhere, so it interferes with the connect with the signal.
Oh, so the metal of the building just interferes with everything else.
Yeah,
Okay.
because notice he never tracks. He always catches them outside.
Hmm.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Dear God, you might be right. Okay. Yeah, that works. But anyway, Takeda saves the day. They all go home and have some cake because cake is yummy. Meanwhile, back at the cemetery, we have again. Why are these guys always at Ryu's grave? Takeda's father's grave.
Because Ryu's that important of a character.
Yeah, but still, it's like talking to a dead guy's not gonna really help. It's Sionzi and Mikado if I wasn't clear before. And it's basically just like a reassuring that hey, Cannon, we're gonna revive you. Just don't worry. And Cannon's like, yeah, don't.
Oni-chan, I believe in you.
Oni-san, I believe in you, but please be careful. And don't trust that sketchy guy right next to Sionzi. He can't be trusted.
Hmm.
Never trust people with broken teeth.
Dude, his teeth are awful.
Oh yeah. Like, I thought I had seen creepy looking teeth when I watched Bokenger, but no, this guy makes Boken Black's teeth look really nice.
I
So,
wanna like send him my dentist, like buy my dentist at all expense paid trip to Japan, and enough of a budget to go track this dude down and just help him out. Unless these are like fake teeth for just the TV show, and in which case,
I think they're real actually, because I saw him in a I actually saw his actor in some other movie. I think it was in I think it was actually in Kill Bill.
you know, I've never seen that movie ever.
you should I should watch that.
Don't
But
say that, Riz. We're gonna lose subs.
For not seeing Kill Bill,
Yeah, bro. You're
I
gonna be
don't
uh,
like,
feel
what
those
kind of?
that
But
popular.
then again, to be honest, I never watched Kill Bill until just then. So,
oh, you're one to talk to him, Mister. God,
Some
what a
people hate.
hypocrite!
it's different. The fans love me. Okay,
The fans love you.
yeah.
Yeah, the fans, I think the fans love me too. So,
Yeah, the fans hate me. I'm okay with that.
so anyway, Sion is pretty much begging Makoto to hear him out, and of course we get some more exposition here. They, to pretty much cut it short, he was saying that he and Ryu were looking for a way to connect the monolith, which is the thing downstairs in Karu's house, into the Gamma world, and Ryu was apparently trying to use live test subjects, but Sionji didn't want to use it, so that's what resulted in Ryu giving up. But then there was an accident that occurred, which is what resulted in Makoto and Kenon getting sucked into the Gamma world. And apparently, since there was no one there to flip the switch, the monolith couldn't be activated. So, so after
Basically,
that,
he's trying to paint Ryu in a dark scent.
He's trying to make Mikado like turn against Takeda even more by like saying, "Hey, your father did all this. The
mhm.
father's dead, so go kill the brother, the son, not the brother." Whatever.
And the thing is, we don't know if he might actually be telling the truth. We don't know.
I'd be surprised if we were telling the truth.
Well,
that would be a cool.
there are. I mean, most likely he's lying, but who knows? Maybe he's not lying as much as we think he is.
Hmm.
Maybe there might be some truth to what he's saying.
Maybe, but I don't know.
So after that, he asks Mikado if he looked up to Ryu, but it really doesn't matter because it's because whatever be the case, he's responsible or allegedly responsible for what happened to him and Kanon. And of course, since he mentioned Kanon, Makoto gets angry and pretty much, once again threatens like you mentioned my sister again and I'll murder you. But and then Sionji, just because he wants to be kind of a jerk, he rubs in the fact that Takaru's technically winning because Takaru has 5 icons and I think Makoto at this point has only 3. Like I don't know, he has the Nobunaga that
Tut.
yeah,
It's
and
uncommon.
I think he's still in possession of Edison right now. So
Yes.
Yeah.
so yeah, he has 3 icons and Takaru has 5. So technically
Didn't he
Takaru
have a fourth one?
uh, does Takaru wait? Takaru
Yeah.
has right?
Okay, Takedo has
He
5.
actually had no. He does have 4. Makoto has 4.
That's what I
What's
Houdini.
thought. What?
what's the 4th one then?
Houdini.
Oh
Does he ever
yeah,
use Houdini?
Yes, later on, but that's getting into stuff that we
Okay.
shouldn't bring up now.
Yeah.
but technically, like even if Makoto does have 4, Takaru is technically winning. So Takaru is going to be the one that survives, but Makoto's saying that he's not going to let that happen, and of course, then Saionji starts saying the exact same stuff that Makoto was ironically saying to Takaru, calling him naive,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's not going to be able to kill Takaru because they're friends. So while Makoto might do this and that to Takaru, he's never going to be able to truly kill him. So, but Makoto, insists that he's going to be able to do it, and he walks off. And after that, it's revealed that Saionji uh, this briefcase that he was carrying around, he actually has 5 icons that he's been carrying around, which means that okay, so he has 5 icons, Takaru has 5, and Makoto has 4. So that means that there's only one more icon that needs to appear. So that's pretty surprising how we're this close to getting to 15 luminary icons when
And we're
we're
on
not
episode
in
8.
episode. Yeah,
Right.
This just seems like really bad pacing to me.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless there's something big coming we haven't figured out yet.
So after that,
Anyway,
move on to Rose story, and Riz
yeah,
can.
I got this. So, meanwhile, back at the temple, Takeru, Inari, and Akari are thinking, oh, everything's cool, we won today, it's all good. But, guess who comes to visit again? Can y'all guess?
A.
Bro.
Look.
A, it's the bro. B, it's the
B.
bro's
It's the
bro.
guy. C. It's the
Takeru's
pal.
dad. And D, it's Anthony. If you answered A, the bro, you are absolutely correct. Because the
Yep.
bro walks in, he's like, dude, bro, my bro's not my bro yet. He's still an anti-bro.
He's a
And
guy.
Takeda's like, but wait, I got your neighbor bros, like, fixed, and he's like, no, man, my bro's still not a bro. I mean, I don't know what to do. My bro's just not me, you know? So, Takeda's like, well, we gotta go find your bro and, get him restored because he's infected by Ganamon. That's not good. And the bro's like, yeah, bro, let's go. So everyone, like Akari and Aris, the 2 priest people I don't really care about yet.
Shibuya and Narita.
Yeah, whatever their names are. They go out and like start looking around. They sell like photos of like the 2 bros hanging out, being all bro fisting and stuff. It's a pretty brotastic photo, actually. Um, Takeda and Debura go to where he last saw the neighbors, like, where he cut the Ganma out of their ear or whatever. And they look in the direction that they're walking, and they notice it's a factory up ahead. And Debura's like, yeah, me and my bro used to hang out at that factory all the time and play. So Takeda goes and like tells Akari, hey, check this out, I want to go ahead with them, and stuff happens. But right as they're about to go, guess who appears out of nowhere? If you guessed A, Takeda's dad, you're wrong. If you guessed B, Anthony, you're wrong again.
That would be awesome, though.
It would be awesome. Anthony sent Toku. If you guessed C, Mikado, you're absolutely 110% correct.
Well, duh.
Like,
And if you guess D, all of the above, then
you're wrong.
I
That
don't know
was
what to tell you.
weird.
So, yeah. Takeda tells the bro, go on ahead, go to the factory, I'll take care of this guy, and, I'll meet you there in a few minutes. The bro's like, alright, bro, I'll see you in a bit. Nathan, you want to go on?
Yeah, sure. So, after that, now, Takaru is pretty much, like, telling Makoto, who we still only referring to as Spectre, like, dude, I don't have time to play, so can you just go or something like that? And, but then Makoto, just like right out of nowhere, asks Takaru about if he knew what his father was researching, and that's when,
He referred to him as Ryu,
yep,
so that's what hints Takaru
yep.
into figuring out that Spectre is Makoto.
So yeah, and logic just hit Takaru in the head. Like he's able to, like he finally recognizes Makoto, which he probably should have already, but I don't know. Takaru can be kind of dumb that way. Uh, so after that, the two henshin, Makoto goes to Nobunaga and Takaru goes to a standard form, and they go to a fight, which ends up being in that standard junkyard that a lot of fights take place in. And while they're fighting, Takaru's trying to figure out what happened to Makoto, and he ends up having to go Musashi. And Takaru says that he's been worried about him, and Makoto's just like, screw you, I forgot all about these past 10 years, and Takaru is really surprised. Takaru is really surprised about that and asks about Kanon, and of course, as you would have guessed, that makes Makoto even more angry. So he uses
Leave
his
her out of it. Rah!
Yeah, like Makoto's really more. He's not just angry at the fact that Kenan got. We don't know if she actually died or her soul got sealed or something, but we know something happened with her. But he's also mad at just the sheer fact that while he and Kenan were trapped in that place for 10 years, Takaru and all the others were just living a happy lifestyle, and as far as they could tell, they weren't even trying to recover them.
Yeah, and
Well,
So,
it's hard to recover what you don't know.
well,
walking away
yeah,
from
but
the plot here a little bit, like I really like this whole plot point because, I mean, I don't know, like this whole like I know that technically Makoto wasn't trying to kill Takaru for revenge, but this whole arc for him, like being really bitter toward Takaru, it feels a bit more natural.
yeah,
But
I liked it too.
I'm really glad that they didn't make Makoto just like one of those secondary writers that's a jerk for the sake of being a jerk. And in
Yeah,
fact, it made it very reminiscent of and like with a little bit of a slight difference to it, like it reminded me a lot of the whole Burai story arc in Ranger with how Burai, like part of the reason why Burai wanted to get revenge on Geki was because he had like his father died when he was 8 years old, and he had to like live a lonely life in the forest training while Geki was raised by a royal family, and he spent his entire life sheltered. So, and I really like that about the story arc, and this really reminds me a lot about that. So, yeah, it's I like story arcs like that.
Yeah.
mm,
So after that, Makoto uses his King Tut form, which But the minute that he activates that, Hikaru's pleading him to talk and like just explain what's happening. And like, I can't be fighting my friend, because I don't know why you're trying to fight me. And then Makoto just says like he has no friends, and then
Ricardo's like, you ain't my bro, guy.
hmm
Yeah, bro, you get my bro. I already got my bro. Trying to help him get his bro back.
so he tries to keep the fight. He tries to keep the fight up, and and saying that he had that while he may have had been friends with Hikaru now, he has something even more important to do. So he's going to have to do what he must. And
Even if that means killing Takara.
Yeah.
yep.
So
And
to
Hikaru,
avoid that, Tucker goes Newton and retreats, and Mikado gets even more frustrated with the fact that, well, crap, I lost him again.
and Aram was watching that entire fight and realizing that
Oh,
Makoto.
Alan loves it, dude. Alan's
Mm.
like, yeah, get more emotional, become more frustrated, feed into
hmm
your emotions. That is
Use
like their
your
dark side.
aggressive feelings. Let the
Yeah,
hate flow through you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something up with with Makoto's anger, and Aron might be using that.
hmm
Good.
Well, he's using it in not the way you're thinking, and not
And
like a indirect way. It's more direct than you think.
yeah, yeah, that's
The
what I'm
more
saying.
emotional that he
It's
gets, the more he'll listen to what Alan says, more so than like Takeda and all his old friends.
well, no, it's not just that, but later episodes kind of hint
Yeah, but
towards
that's later
something.
episodes. We'll deal with that in a later episode review.
Yeah. But
Bam!
anyway, um, so yeah,
Back at the
Anar,
factory, or what?
yeah, Anari, Akari, Shibuya, and Narita, are still looking through the factory, and surprised they find another monolith inside there.
Ooh.
So,
I guess
so
working at that factory. The anti-bro.
And the bro's like, my bro. Because he walks in right as the entire thing begins. And he's like, bro, super secret handshake. Come on, bro. Remember me. Snap out of it, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? And he knocks him down. Like, the anti-bro's like, no, I'm knocking you down. And like, you're not important to me. Just get out of my way. And guess who's still alive?
The Digamma.
Yeah. Apparently, the bee Gamma didn't die last time because there's still one piece of it left that he didn't suit down. So you gotta suit everything.
she's trying to stay more alive than all the other female writers in Kamen Rider. Ha!
Wow.
Because God
Yeah.
forbid Toy make a female Kamen Rider that doesn't die.
I can't believe you just went there.
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
Hey, if Toy's willing to go that low, then why should we not be willing to go?
Right.
How low can you go?
So after
So,
that, he's the bro knocks him away, and he tries to get the B Gamma to get rid of his bro. But then Hikaru shows up, and he shoots the Gamma, and then then he releases the other people from the Gamma's control in the same way that he freed the other guys. Then after that, he uses his eye drawing powers to release the Gamma from the anti bro,
and the
destroy
bro's so happy. The bro's like, bro, secret handshake. And the bro's like, secret handshake. So the two bros are like, whoa, we're bros. And then they walk off into the distance, never to be seen again.
So the bros are back together. Akari uses the spider lantern to reveal the Ganma again, and fun fact: this is actually the first time that Shibuya and Narita have been seen action in person, so that's pretty
Not that
cool.
we really cared.
But, yeah.
They're just nobodies.
Yeah.
So Hikaru goes to his Billy the Kid Damashi again, and the Gamma turns into a swarm of bees. but Takaru being smart and kind of like how this multiplying monster thing usually works is that they just focus on one monster, and he uses the spider lantern, which sprays a web that traps the gamma. So that's another pretty cool thing. Like the spider can also be used as a weapon,
Mhm.
and this forces her back to her whole form, and then he destroys the spider gamma.
With the
But then after that, I guess because the no, not the spider gamma, the V gamma. Sorry about that. Since the V gamma was destroyed, uh, the an explosion was caused that rocks the entire factory, and that monolith that they were creating has been destroyed. So, with the day saved, the bro confirms that his bro is back, and happy, the bros are together again.
And the
And
bros are like, we wish you had a bro like how we did, so that you can understand our broship. And Takeda's like, I have a bro. I just have to go find him now. And the bros are like, we wish you the best, bro. And they all do a secret handshake and walk off into the distance again.
never to be seen again.
Mhm.
Maybe they'll come back in the future because I've done an awesome review talking about them now.
hmm So then Urison comes, and he points out something that may be important later, but I don't know. Like he says that if a gamma were to control somebody for more than 99 days, then they're permanently possessed, and there's no reversing it.
Yeah.
And
This is kind of key because remember Takuru has 99 days to gather the icons, so there must be some sort of a relationship between those two.
yeah, like
Probably.
there's no it'd be weird if Urison just mentioned that. I mean, it doesn't come into play later.
Well,
Yeah,
you'll probably see the bros again in the future. In that
Yeah,
case, which
and
means next episode we do with the bros will be strike of the bros and the bros strike attack again.
so to sum up this ending,
mm.
the bro,
Oh, there's another
There's another
important.
big piece that we just skipped over entirely.
Yeah,
uh,
Alan destroys the monolith to
yeah, I was
avoid
about to get to that.
to kind of avoid having any evidence left behind for anyone else to come by and look at.
hmm
Kind of reminiscing about the fact that oh well, I guess
I
we're not
still have
gonna.
some way of doing what I want to do, which for the record, we don't know what he's trying to accomplish here. But
Yeah,
you know, uh, the bro wishes Takaru good luck in finding his missing childhood friend. And just as Onari and Akari are wondering what the monolith is for, Takaru, right out of nowhere, he drops the bomb that Makoto is Spectre, dun dun dun, and the episode ends.
Makata saying he's gonna take the icons no matter what and revive Canon, but Canon's like no, 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 don't do it.
And that's how it ends.
Um,
Well, it was good.
yeah, it was a good ending to the second part. I gotta say that I kind of wish that we had like more build up to big reveal of all this, like Mikado Nissan being, you know, Kamen Rider Spectre and all the relationship between him and Takeda and Akari and everything else. Just kind of, it seemed like it was really lacking, and like the information's fantastic, but there's no pump to the circumstance. I guess you can say.
Yeah, but once again, again, we had too much, one of our biggest criticisms for the last episode was that we had too much revealed to us, in one episode. And again, this kind of piles on even more because, in this episode, we're just now finding out that Sionji has 5 icons, even though we weren't even hinted that he was carrying any icons. So, again, this just comes
well,
right out of nowhere.
I think this episode did it. It didn't have too many like the other one did. I think it handled it a bit better, honestly.
And, I'm just gonna ask this because, I wasn't sure, but, has Takaru seen Makoto unhinged before?
Yeah,
No, seen
Okay.
him untransform.
Yeah.
He's seen him
No,
before he Henson in episode 5.
Oh, yeah, he did. So,
no. He remember the Ganma like had him down, so that's why he never saw it.
okay,
No.
He was on the ground at the time.
Well, okay, I also remember at the beginning of this episode, he saw him walk up and then he knew that was Spectre right away. There's no if, buts, and whats about it. Same thing in the last episode. Like, Spectre just walks up like, hey. And he goes, does his little routine.
Oh yeah.
So, I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
every
You're right.
episode,
You're right.
he knows
Okay,
Spectre's
yeah, you're
there,
right.
so...
My bad.
so I think
It's
It's just he didn't actually recognize it was Makoto.
Well, I think Takeda's too stupid to realize anything like that.
yeah, that's just what I don't like. Like, I don't like how, like, he's seen Makoto on Henshin before, and he's just now realizing that he's Spectre. I mean,
Well, I mean, people change again. People change within 10 years.
yeah, I know people would change appearance, but I think, like,
Ronald, do you have a friend that you had back like 10 years ago you don't see anymore?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Would you recognize him if you saw him 10 years later?
there's certain ones that, yeah, when I if I didn't know that was them, then yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. But
no, but there's been plenty of people that I've never really made contact with in like 10 years, and yet I would, like, for example, I mean, there was one guy that I knew back in 5th grade that I never saw again until, like, I was in high school, and I still recognized him, so.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's some people from like, even from when I graduated high school, that when I saw them at like a event for school one day, like not a 10-year, but like a 5-year reunion, I was like, yeah, I don't remember your name, I don't remember who you are. I guess you're in my class, and we're like a class of 40 people, dude. So, I mean, there's just some people you're not going to recognize again because they just weren't, like, either their faces changed or they didn't have a big impact on the person.
yeah. And plus, you know, as the years go by, Takaru got some other people in his life, so
Yeah.
not saying he'd completely forget about Makoto, but you know, when you have that many people to remember. Oh yeah.
I guess our point is here, but it's just kind of silly how, I mean, it took Makoto mentioning his father for him to, like, for the gears to suddenly turn in his head and for him to be like, hey, this guy might be Makoto. So.
Yeah, but that's a smaller issue compared to one of the other ones I've been mentioning on and off. Time is going really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
like-
there's supposed to be 99 days of this, right? Or like 90 days, something like that.
99. Yeah.
although there's only
We're
like
on-
something days now left.
As
so.
of like this episode, we have 27 days left.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, are we gonna even get to like the halfway part of this season before we like finish everything up?
And I think the better, like, way to go with this is that, like, you know, because when I was watching this series, like, I had a bit of a misunderstanding that, like, these icons that he's getting that give him power-ups weren't actual luminary icons. Like, you know, they were icons, like, maybe similar to his, maybe similar to his O-Ray or the Spectre icon, like, they weren't truly, and that probably would have been a better way to go. Like, not all icons are special, and it takes them, like, over the course of the series to, like, get, like, these certain special icons. Like,
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying.
like, maybe the first gives him, like, his super form, and then, like, I mean, okay, given how there's, like, 15 icons, I'm not entirely sure how they could really handle that, but that probably would have been the better way to go. I mean,
You're basically saying give him like accessory icons, I guess. And then,
yeah. Like, I don't know, I mean, like, obviously not all icons are, like, luminary icons, since like his default icon or like Spectre's default icon or technically this icon that we're going to be getting in a couple of episodes later, like they all don't count as luminaries. So, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard for me to kind of explain that, but I mean that probably would have been the better route
Yeah.
to go. I mean, what they're doing is perfectly fine. It's just they're kind of moving at like way too fast. Like maybe you could have, like maybe after you gave him like the Robin icon, like you could have just held back on introducing some newer icons.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially with the introduction of Spectre, you know, when he stole the Nobunaga icon, like that would have been a cool way to like just hold back on the like again, like I'm gonna mention that thing that I mentioned in the last beat about it. It was like hold back on introducing new icons and like briefly like segue into a plot that's more about Ghost and Spectre fighting to keep icons.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, but aside from like this episode being kind of like this episode, and I guess we could like say this like in connection with the last episode since they're pretty much both one episode split into two parts. I mean, the episode is good. I mean, it's like a standard filler episode that's you know kind of like what most Kamen Rider seasons are. I think that like this episode in particular was not as expository as the other ones, and I think it was a bit more well handled, especially since we learn more about Makoto's motivation in this episode, which I really like. But
And like the person of the day kind of it kind of related to a main plot issue of Takaru and Makoto's friendship.
mhm.
Yeah.
So I think I mean I like I can kind of tell that we're not really having much to say here now, but yeah, I think as far as my final thoughts go, like this whole like two-parter was good. You know, it had you know, I mean, I mean, I understand that maybe like given what they're probably planning to do with the series, they had to do this at this point. So as far as like the pacing goes with all this exposition, I think it could have been totally worse. So you know, I guess I take what I get in this episode, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, this episode was really good. It was a good ending to the two-parter. I had a lot of fun to bro plot, but that's just me being crazy and stupid. On a more serious note, um, I do like the parallels that were drawn between the bros and Takeda and Mikado.
Hmm.
It just like added like another level, like well, relatability. Like it was a little forced in the beginning, like yeah, because of these bros talking about their childhood friends. Takeda's like, I had a childhood friend that's not Akari. Where'd he go? So that was kind of cool, like to see that. But yeah,
You got anything to say, Rama?
I mean, I've said everything, pretty much everything I needed to say. It was a pretty good episode, um, exposing Makoto's like it really kind of gave more perspective on Makoto's hate for Takeru. That's I think that's the strongest point that I
Hmm.
liked about the episode.
yeah,
And then of course the little bits of info here and there,
yeah,
especially the monolith. That's something to keep an eye on. Like
Hmm.
just where like the fact that there's more than just the one that's in Takuru's basement. That's interesting.
Yeah.
well, that was one that they built. Like Alan built that one for the sake of everything else. Like he needed that one to be built.
Well, no. No, the thing is, we don't know what those monoliths are supposed to do exactly.
Well, I think they understand. I'll hold off on that for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I have no final thoughts. Like I'm pretty much said my piece. Have y'all got anything else to say?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, that
Yeah.
said, we are Toku Secrets. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know how we're doing. I know we've been putting some more videos out lately. trying desperately to catch up to episode 15 at this point. So we'll have a lot more episodes out in the next couple of days. Hoping after that point, once a week, we'll have a new review out for you guys. And really, I'm kind of curious to get some feedback and see what y'all think of us. What can we do differently to make this so more enjoyable for y'all? What do y'all like so we can keep doing that? Don't tell me to do a bro routine anymore because I'm done with that routine. So if you really want a bro routine back, I would bring it back at some point. Anyway. Yeah. We're Toku Secrets, and we're signing out.
Later,
Bye,
guys.
people.
Jomata. 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 Jomata.
Hey you! Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. You can also check out Anime Secrets on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. Do you want more than that? I know you do. Then go to our website where you can see daily updates and articles and exclusive interviews.